Pascal Siakam have been an all-star?
He certainly has played, I think, to the level of that. I think barring missing a good chunk to start the season. I mean, I always think that, I don't know. I think people start talking about who's playing well and all that stuff, really early, and he wasn't there, right? So that's, I think, the only thing that probably stopped him from being one.
What did you see from him in that first quarter there when he got rolling?
He was rolling, right? He was rolling, and I mean, listen, he's got, he's going to probably get some transitions, some drives, some post-ups, and I kind of always said when he has the three ball going, if he makes like three or more, he usually ends up pushing his number up to around 30. Said that for a couple of years, and he he hit those early too. So, he was really playing at a high level to start us off, and that's good. On a back-to-back, it's good to have somebody kind of come out with that extra special juice to get you going.
You guys have played more clutch minutes in the last 15 games than you did in the previous 36 combined. How much do those reps help, especially with such a young team?
Well, I think it's helping us, Josh. I think that like for me, I'm not under any illusions that when we're, even if we're up 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 or whatever, that the game's over, and that these teams aren't going to do some things and come back and start making some shots, and you got to play through the whole game, and you got to play through some trapping and some contact and all those things that a team scrapping to get back in it is going to do, and they get back in it a lot. So I think it's good for us to be in these situations. Again, I think that we're making some really good plays, right? I mean, it's tonight it's Gary kind of hitting the sealers, and the other night it's OG, and then Freddie's done it a few games, so it's there's again, we're just trying to make the right play, and we've done it, and guys have stepped in and made those shots, and they look confident in doing so. And then as kind of as hard as it was to play defense tonight, we made a couple really big plays down the stretch, right? Again, and those are turnovers or block shots or stops that we really need in the guts of the game, and we find a way to do it. So I think it's great experience for these guys.
Speaking of that, do you think OG's defense has taken a step up compared to the rest of the season lately?
Well, he's a really good defender, Eric. That's just there's no two ways about it. And I thought late in the game we made one. The coaching staff did a great job and made an adjustment on a play call, and he ended up blocking the shot because we got him in the right spot to do so. So he's capable of doing all that stuff defensively, inside, outside, shot blocking, steals, etc. So again, I would keep saying that Scotty, OG, Pascal, Freddie, and now Gary, those guys, we need to keep them sharp and defense in the forefront of their minds, because they all can play it, and if they all play it, then we should give ourselves a chance.
Nick, can you remember a 5-game stretch as tough from a schedule standpoint, and then in terms of competition, and then to come out of it with 5-0?
No. It's been weird, right? It's been weird. That's all I can really say. It's a lot of games, and you guys see it. I mean, it's such a huge difference energy-wise playing here versus playing on the road, and that juice that you're getting from the crowd, even though it's the other team's crowd, is the games they're different, right? There's a lot more intensity, and then you kind of come back here and you're just like, you're in a daze a little bit, everybody, and you got to try to fight through it, and it's been really weird. That's all I can say, but good. At least we've hung in there and played good ball and figured out a way to win. Weird and good.
I think Precious has hit 7 of his last 11 threes. As far as I can remember, most of them have been from the corner. He hit a couple of them tonight. Are you feeling more comfortable with him out there when he's got that shot?
Listen, we get to these lineups, and He's got to space the floor, and a lot of times, we got guys driving, Pascal, Freddie, OG driving, and either he's in the dunker or drifts out to the corner, and it's just kind of where the natural spacing is, and it's good that he can step into them and take them. And you're right, he's made some those were two big ones tonight, man, because we kind of went on a little run during that stretch, and I think it was, again, they're big spirit boosters for us when he makes them. And I give him credit. I mean, he works at it, and our coaches work with him on it, and they've been key.
Nick, we talked pregame about your team's recovery defensively. Would you make consistently being able to show a high on Trae Young, take the 3-point shot away, and then Scott?
Listen, it wasn't a defensive work of art tonight by any stretch of the imagination, right? I mean. I think one thing is that we did ask them to try to get out to contest hard. I thought we did that all the way to about the last 5 minutes, and then we did it again in the last couple minutes maybe. I think they may have made 5 in a row there. But up and then I was asking them to try to get them to reload it or pump fake it or bounce it or at least shoot it under, a heavy contest, and we could get them to miss. So we did just enough of that, I thought. And we did, a decent job of just making timely plays. That's for sure. We had some issues, man. The roller was hurting us, and we did a really good job in Atlanta. We didn't get any roll baskets, and we gave up about 15 tonight. It seemed like it's a big part of their game. That makes them really hard to guard because they got so much. You got to concentrate on the ball so much, and then the rollers are flying out of there, and then they got shooters all over the place. So it's not an easy team to guard by any stretch.
Is that a case of pick your poison and living with?
Yeah, I mean, we tried a bunch of stuff, right? We went to a long segment of zone, which I thought is good. That had some benefits maybe even later on. We did go to some switching. We were switching matchups and then switching and, just getting different guys, different looks on them and, just doing our best. But again, it wasn't a work of art, but it was enough tonight.